Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be some methods to protect who you are as a person when you are around a narcissistic person. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you overcome narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. When it comes to a narcissist, the best advice is always to go no contact. Leave them to go and live their life while you go and live your life. However, if you have children with them, or if it means cutting off genuine family members, it's not always possible to go no contact. Without awareness of the disorder, and even with awareness of the disorder, narcissists are very difficult to spot. They can fool trained professionals. Finding out about narcissism can help you through all your whys. It can help you connect the dots. It can help you work out exactly what has been happening to you, what you've been going through, how you've responded. And even if they're not a narcissist, even if they're not on the disorder, if they just have high traits of narcissism, or if they're just a toxic person, anyone who is emotionally, psychologically, financially, physically abusive towards you are not the kinds of people you want to be around. Manipulative people are not the kind of people you want to be around. Manipulative people are the kinds of people, if you have to be around them, you want to recognise the games they are playing so you don't fall for their traps. So instead of playing along with them, you can find your own happiness and your own inner peace and your own laughter and walk away from their games. It's incredibly unhealthy staying around someone in the hope that they can change, especially those that keep promising change, to fail to deliver that change. That shows they are just promising change to manipulate you into putting up with them a little bit longer. We cannot change anyone, especially those who don't see any wrongdoings within their actions. We can only change our reactions. We can only change our direction away from someone. It's a big enough job changing who we are as a person and understanding who we are as a person. We are not responsible to the behaviour of how other people treat us. We are not responsible in helping another person change. That is always on them. We are not responsible for someone else's mistreatment of us. However, we are responsible for our reactions. We are responsible for our healing. And with a narcissist and all the manipulation they put us under, the damage it can cause to our minds, the survival modes that we go into, sometimes we do get to a point where we are not in control of our reactions because a narcissist has gaslighted us, manipulated us, coercively controlled us so that they are in control of us, and we have to take back control of our lives. When it comes to any form of relationship with a narcissist, you are not in a relationship with them. You are their supply. You are in a hostage situation with them, and it's not your job to explain to them how they should be treating you. It's your job to recognize how they are treating you and get far away from them. When it comes to a narcissist, no matter how much you love them, it will not change them. You cannot change them with your kindness. You can kindly be yourself and walk away from them. So how to handle a narcissist from your past and how to handle any that you might need in your future. Number one is boundaries. Know your values, learn your values, learn your beliefs. It's difficult to change beliefs, however, it is possible. Learn your values, learn your beliefs, and know your why as to why you are creating a specific boundary. With good intentions, there is no wrong way or right way to live your life. There is only your way. Create your boundaries. Boundaries are not agreements that you make with other people. Boundaries are not to be negotiated with other people. You can negotiate your own boundaries with yourself, they're not to be negotiated with other people. Boundaries are your way of knowing what you will and will not accept from other people. Boundaries are your way of expressing to others behaviour you will and will not accept from them. And if people don't like your boundaries, those people are not for you. You shouldn't have to change who you are to please another person. Again, with good intentions. If that person doesn't like your boundaries, that person was benefiting from you not having any boundaries. Boundaries are yours for you to say no to things that don't suit who you are as a person, don't suit your values, don't suit your morals. When you put boundaries in place, when you enforce your boundaries, when you stick to your no, when you stick to your reason why, you don't need red flags. Those boundaries become deal breakers within themselves, because more often than not, a narcissist will try to push you to step over that boundary. The more you say no, the more they will try and push you. And this doesn't mean that your boundary is wrong. This means they don't respect who you are as a person, and you need that boundary around them. Anyone who is disrespectful of your boundaries is disrespectful of who you are as a person, and you do not need them in your life. More often than not, when we start creating boundaries, we can seemingly lose quite a few people who we thought were genuine people. And some of them might be genuine people. It's just their values, their beliefs, their boundaries don't match ours. Therefore, we're not supposed to go with them. We're supposed to go our own way and let them find their own path also. When it comes to manipulative people, when it comes to narcissistic people, they see our boundaries as a challenge to take down one by one. They don't respect other people's boundaries. They do their best to break people's boundaries. It's who they are, it's what they do. They feel entitled to have things how they want them, and they lack the empathy to care for how it affects those that they are exploiting. When it comes to boundaries, you have to mean what you say and say what you mean and stick to it. As when you've got strong boundaries, you will automatically start to cut people from your life that shouldn't be in your life without actually doing anything other than staying true to who you are as a person, and lower your expectations of other people's understanding of you. And then you will not be frustrated when they don't get where you're coming from. You will not need to explain yourself to those who are going to use those very explanations against you to get you to question your boundaries so that they can benefit from you. Genuine people would try to respect your boundaries, understand your boundaries, appreciate you for who you are, accept you for who you are, communicate with you as you would them. If you were to step over a boundary, you would listen to them, communicate with them, apologise to them if needed, as they would you. People make mistakes, people can cross the line, people can step over people's boundaries with good intentions as to why, not realising that it's affecting the other person. Narcissistic people don't do this. Narcissistic people see it as game on and want to take down your boundary, want to coercively control, want to get you to doubt yourself and question yourself. Why they come at you with gaslighting phrases such as "you're too sensitive," "you're insecure," "you're miserable," "you're boring," "you can't take a joke." That didn't happen. You're going crazy. You're too stubborn. You're being awkward, to make you doubt yourself, to make you change yourself to suit themselves. And when people are coming at you like this is up to you to recognise who they are and what they are doing, and not to play into their hands by reacting to them, by explaining yourself to them. If they was interested in understanding you, they wouldn't be trying to get you to misunderstand yourself. They're interested in taking advantage of you. People who feel a need to pull other people down rather than take the time to understand that person's point of view are not for you. Where you would understand someone else's point of view and often question your own to try and understand somebody else's is because you care about other people. Narcissistic people only care about getting their needs met. Boundaries are what protect who you are as a person. Boundaries are what protect your happiness. I shall add the video in the description to explain more about creating your own personal values. Another way to protect yourself around a narcissist is no longer giving them any form of reaction. When it comes to a narcissist, they know exactly what to say to cause that frustration within you, to cause that anger within you. They will go all out to create conflict between people, to get people going, to get people defending themselves, to get people explaining themselves, to get people to start pulling the narcissist down so the narcissist can then play the victim. A reaction is all a narcissist needs to twist everything around and turn it on to you. When it comes to life, we have to accept being the villain in other people's stories. As long as we hold on to our truth, as long as we hold on to our intentions, if they want to paint us out to be the villain, let them get on with their day and we can go and get on with our day. When someone is trying to get you to react to them, it is for their benefit, it is for their gain. When they are pushing and poking and baiting you into a reaction, and everybody has their limits, a narcissist will do their best to take you past your limits, so you turn into somebody you no longer recognise and question yourself and make it up to them for the things that they're actually doing to you. So when they are coming at you, recognise what they are doing. Observe their behaviour. Do not absorb it. Do not take it personally. Recognise that's their beliefs, that's their values, that's who they are as a person. And if you can find your sense of humour within it, it's hard to go with them, it's hard to get into their game, it's hard to feel angry, it's hard to be frustrated. When you're laughing, don't laugh at them in front of them, because they're going to take this as criticism and they're going to come after you. Find your personal sense of humour to help you through. Sometimes recognising just how unbelievable they truly are, or the fact that they just do not see what they are doing, is all you need to find that humour in the unbelievability of the situation. And I know it can be difficult because some of them are hideous in what they do to other people. However, the more they pull on your negative emotions, the more they're going to take you down with them. Your job is to not let them take you down with them. Your job is to recognise them for who they are as a person, and recognise you are not that person, and recognise who you are as a person, and find the things that bring you energy, bring you laughter, bring you light. When people are trying to take you down, recognise it and do not go down with them. Rise above by giving them no reaction. You need to be in control of your responses around a narcissist, which is often why we need distance, so we can gather our own thoughts again, so that we can work out who we are as a person again. Narcissists almost hypnotise you into reacting how they want you to. You cannot defend yourself to a narcissist. They lack the empathy to care, and they use your defenses against you. They want to bait you into reacting. They want to bait you into defending yourself. They want to bait you into justifying yourself. They want to bait you into explaining yourself. They want to say to you, I don't want to argue with you, and then bait you into an argument so they can blame you for the argument. They want to plant those seeds of self-doubt in your mind so that they can blame you for your reactions to distract you from their actions. Intuition. Listen to your intuition. You have to sometimes think, what is this situation telling me? What is this teaching me? What do I need to do about this situation? When the person you are around is turning you into a detective, that is your intuition telling you that that person is doing something that's working against you. You do not have to go to a narcissist with facts and evidence of their behaviour, especially if you have the facts and evidence in front of you. That is to show you that is who they are as a person, and that person is not somebody you really want to be around. Start listening to how they make you feel when you are around them. People do say nobody can make you feel. Yes, they can. That's why we have feelings, and being around certain people can make us feel off, and we can question our feelings rather than question the person we are around. We don't really need to question any of that. We just need to think, I don't feel quite right around this person, so you go and have a good life and I'll go and have a good life in a completely different direction. Listen to your instincts. We don't always know what they are telling us at the time. However, what we do know is when we've got that niggling little doubt in our minds and we go against it, afterwards, we know what it was telling us. So instead of going against it, go with it. If something doesn't feel right, it's not right, go with it. You might never know the reason why you went with it. You might find out, but it's easier to go with your instincts than it is to fight against your instincts. Grey rock. You have to become the rock. You have to become as boring as possible around them, giving them no attention. They seek excessive attention. Stop giving them that attention. If they can't seek the positive attention from you, they can feel incredibly envious of people, and they can go out to destroy people. And when they fail to destroy people, they can hold grudges against people. Do not feed them that attention. Give them no reaction. Narcissists will try lots of different tactics to get a reaction out of you. Give them nothing. If you need to respond things like, okay, you have to look at them like they are a stranger and no longer care for how your responses might affect them, because they do not care for who you are as a person. They just want to exploit you for your caring side, for your forgiveness. They want to exploit you. Narcissists might start upping their games when you first start creating boundaries, because they're not used to you having any boundaries. This is a sign that you need to keep creating those boundaries. When a narcissist is coming at you, if you're not in control of your responses, your reactions, your emotions, retreat and then recognise the game that they are playing. Rethink as to the reason why they are playing that game. Reflect that behaviour says more about them as a person than it ever will you. And then only respond if you need to do so, using the grey rock method. Responses should be short, simple and to the point. If you can't respond short, simple and to the point, don't respond. Listen to your instincts at all times. When it comes to communication with a narcissist, less is more. The less attention you give them, they will lose their interest in you. less is more when it comes to a narcissist. Simple instructions. Like if you're talking to a toddler, if you give, not all toddlers, but if you give some toddlers too many instructions at once, they don't get it, and they only hear the part that they want to hear, which is narcissistic people. They only hear the part they want to hear, and they don't get where other people are coming from. They only get where themselves are coming from. So less is more. Simple, no. Just keep it as simple as possible, and if you do not have to respond to them, don't. And again, remember, there is no wrong way or right way to live your life. With good intentions, there is only your way. Your life is for you to live, and to live in a way that suits who you are as a person, not who somebody else is as a person. I shall add into the video description the video that explains more on creating your values in your beliefs to create your boundaries. The video that explains more on how to disarm a narcissist with the grey rock method, and a video on the reason why you need to stop explaining yourself to narcissistic people. If anyone has any advice of how they handled a narcissist when you cannot go no contact with them, please do add that into the comments, as you never know who's reading that it might help. Thank you very much for listening, and go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.